Welcome back to another video. This isn't what I would typically upload, because I mean, most of you probably know me as that one small Five Nights Tower Defense YouTuber, but I have not played that game in a hot minute. But I have been playing a zombie game. I've been getting into a lot of zombie games recently, and I found one that I think you guys will really enjoy if you watch this video and play it maybe. So, when you first get into the game, you'll see a tutorial, and you'll go through it, you'll fight some zombies, you'll go through the Exclusion Zone, and then you'll end up in the lobby, I imagine. But the tutorial is pretty helpful, but I'm just here to kind of give you a more in-depth guide on how to really get started and boost your progress. Alright, let's get straight in the video. Alright, I've just loaded in, and as you can see at the top of my screen, it shows the time. So it basically just goes military time, obviously. So 1 PM in this game would just be 1300, and 3 PM would be 1500, and just so on. And then at the top you see Exclusion 1, which is the level of the exclusion zone that I'm on, and there's 6 levels in total, but I'm on the starting level. And then right after that, just next to it, you see an S. S is the size of the exclusion zone. S stands for small, M stands for medium, B stands for big, and the best one, L stands for large. But as you can see in the gameplay here, I'm just going around killing zombies, looting all these houses. That's what you want to do when you first start. And at first, don't be too afraid of just running around everywhere. If you went through the tutorial, you'll know that there was a noise meter, and the more you run, as you see at the bottom kind of right side of my screen, there's a little speaker icon, and every time you use the sprint feature, it'll go up really slow. Just don't run everywhere you go though, because it can get out of hand, because it'll spawn in more zombies. But yeah, just kind of run through these areas real quick. In general, try not to have your noise bar exceed over, let's say, 30% for good measures. And a quick tip, you can hit zombies through walls. So you see this infected human right here, I can hit him through here, just like that. But also do be aware that they can also hit you through walls, so just make sure to always keep your distance, because this game is kind of designed to be a little bit more challenging, especially at the start. Because you see my health right here, I have 112 health. I get hit once, I'm already down to 104. But then, it might not seem like much right now, but the further we get into the game, it's just going to keep on dealing, the zombies, they'll keep on dealing more and more damage, and it'll just keep ramping up. And another quick tip here, so if you did the tutorial, you would have seen the exit, but the exit is right here. And if you look at the very tippity top of my screen, at the top, you can see the directions. So something that'll probably help out a lot of you guys, another tip, is the exit is always on the south wall. So you see this north wall, the direction at the top is green, so that's how you know that's where you'll always start from. And then the exit door, where you have to get to your next safe house, it is always on the south side wall. It can be anywhere though. It could be all the way over here, could be in the middle, but for me it's right here. And I believe that this game is also available on all versions, so you should be able to play it on PC, you should be able to play it on console, and I have played it on mobile before. But it looks like I've looted most of this area. It's only small, so it's not that bad. And it looks like our task is to open the safe house, and it will attract zombies. Another tip, so you see that at the top left of my screen, it says exterminate all monsters, and it's only 5. The size of the exclusion zone actually determines the size of the zombie hordes when you do this. So typically in a small exclusion zone, which is what I'm in currently, there will be 5 zombies. But then in a medium exclusion zone, it'll be 10 that you have to kill. And then in big and large exclusion zones, it'll be all the way up to 20. And you can see there on the left side of my screen, I got an access card 1, which will let me enter the level 2 area. And let me get in the safe house real quick, and then I will help you guys out with some safe house tips real quick. Alright, congratulations on making it to the safe house. So the dealer, I'll explain later, but at this point in the game, he's not very useful, especially since you don't have a lot of things that you can sell for a lot of coins. But then always make sure you grab your free ammunition. Free ammunition is always nice to have. And then over here, you can edit your genes or genetics, and they just give you small permanent upgrades. And how to get them is you kill zombies, and depending on how hard the zombie was to kill, you'll get more genes. So later on, you'll be getting genes left and right, but at the start of the game, you won't be getting very many. And they're just small permanent buffs like health increases, damage increases, increased movement speed, all the good stuff like that. Moving over here, we have a crafting table. It's pretty important, especially in the start of the game, because you'll want to craft a lot of items. As you can see, I actually crafted some kitchen knives off screen, and all it takes, 1 timber, 1 iron ingot, but then there's a lot of advanced recipes later on, as you can see here. But yeah, that's the crafting table. And then, if you've played for a little bit, you've noticed that your items have durability. And that is exactly why we have the repair station over here. So I just crafted these so they have full durability, but all it takes is 1 iron ingot to repair these. And moving over to the vault. The vault is arguably the most important asset that you'll have in the safe house, as you can store your items in here. Because every time you die out in the exclusion zone, everything on your character gets wiped except for the stuff in your vault. So always make sure to keep your vault loaded with extra duplicates you find, if you ever need it. But with that being said, and the safe house explained, let's hop right into an access to area. Alright, we just got into the exclusion 2 zone, and rain. You saw that in the middle of the screen. It says it increases everybody's health. So that's a good example of the weather conditions. So the different weather conditions can determine different buffs and debuffs. As you just saw there, the rain increases everybody's health. And something crazy going on, if you look at the top of my screen, the directions are just going crazy. That is a glitch. It's bound to happen, considering that this game has been out for less than a month, I believe. But I feel like with only a month of progress and it being released, they've done a lot of good things. And I think that with the right updates and the right development team, this game can become really popular. But as you can see there, just hit that zombie through the wall. And another tip is I like to go into first person inside of buildings. You don't have to though, this is kind of just a preference thing, but I think it lets me better get like a scope of how far away the zombies are. Cause like, look, you can see exactly how far away this police zombie is from me, and I can hit him. But yeah, I definitely recommend crafting some kitchen knives. And as you can see, once again, the exit is just over here. Remember, just to reinforce the memory, the exit door is always on the south side wall, on any part of the south side wall. Always make sure you're carrying bandages on you, as when you get hit, like I just got hit there twice, let me hit me again, they do a lot more damage than they did in the tier 1 area, especially because they don't have armor. So if you ever find bandages, don't be afraid to carry them at you on all times, because it's better to have a lot of bandages in your inventory than it is to be dead. And just make sure to take one. Regular bandages won't do a whole lot, as you can see. Disinfected bandages are definitely better, and then medkits are the best. And this task is repair all generators. Ooh, zombie. Yeah, but as you can see there again, I take a lot more damage in this area. So to repair the generators, it's kind of like a timed thing. Like you have to time it right. It's like a little sliding bar, and you have to hit it into the right zone. Something like this. So I have to wait for this little bar, come across, and boom. And you just have to do that 3 times, and then you are able to exit. So just repeat that for all 3 generators. I just completed the last one, and right before I hit record, I got hit by a zombie. Okay, I don't want to die. I'm not gonna lie, I've recorded like 3 recordings, but I've died every single time. Kind of a noob. But as you can see, I'm at 2 health. I do not want to get hit again. But once you're done with that, open the box that you got. Looks like I got lucky with an Access 2 card, and we can just wait and get into safe house. And then last tip, every time you go into the safe house, you'll see my health will fully replenish. You see that? And it looks like that is it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you just, like it if you want. If you enjoy my channel, make sure you subscribe, because I won't take super long breaks anymore. I'll try to upload at least once a week. I have a slightly busy schedule though, but we'll see how it goes. But make sure to try out this game if you haven't, and if you want to, they have a Discord, and I will link that in the description. And just reach out if you want to play with me sometime. I'm not on all the time, but I really do enjoy this game and think it's definitely worth giving a shot, especially since it's only been out for a little bit and they've done a whole lot of progress on it. But yeah, that'll be it for today, guys. I'll probably release a playthrough series if you guys want me to do that, but that's it for today. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you later.